Sir Leonard will be very glad to know that Sir Ulrich is safe. We ought to bring him these tidings post-haste. Certainly, Master. I can take you to them. This individual.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients. I say, we collect as much as we
Flies! There!
Ice will be most effective against this foe. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Arisen commands, so must we abide. Show some haste. Furthermore, after we call on you to carry the burdens we cannot, please thank you. Your toil keeps me light on my feet.
It certainly isn't easy work.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. Then I shall remain by your side.
Think I'd be caught unawares. I am ashamed.
What fails to destroy us only enhances our chances of this future adversity.
Yon statue makes for a fine landmark.
Why don't we go take a look?
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
As a matter of fact, curious thing, one of my former masters chose to hire only women. I wonder why.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
We'll make our way there in time. As to whether 'twill be sooner or later, that is for the Arisen to decide.
Off to market I go.
What about you? Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey. When treated to the much obliged. I fear I've no wisdom to...
Oh, what does this say?
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
Are you in the market for something in particular?
Well met, son.
Come take a look. You'll be glad you did. Always a pleasure.
Welcome.
Mustn't neglect my ledger.
Well, you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated... to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth. You know where to find.
What's next?
Come take a look.
Not half bad! Well met, son.
Come take a look.
Huzzah!
Are you in the market? Thank you. Come take a look.
Not half bad!
Come take a look.
Not half bad! Well met, son.
Come take a look. You'll be... Glad you did. Do come again.
Very well. I shall return.
Are you in the market for something in particular? Do come again.
I'm barely scraping by.
Might you spare a moment? Well, you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated too much obliged.
Mustn't neglect my ledger. Best to keep a record.
Fancy a look at my wares?
This really is fine craftsmanship.
Are you in the market for something? In particular? Always a pleasure.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than waste.
Are you in the market for? Something in particular? Always a pleasure.
Bedwards. Need anything?
Have you business with the guild, sir? Have you found any of the items we discussed? Do come again.
Can't help but see a turncoat in every face.
Precious little time. Best make sure that
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town. Hail, friend. Have you a spare moment? I've an eye for people, and my instincts tell me you're of trust. I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week, with no one slated to mind the house in my stead. Fear not. I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself with the cleaning, and I don't expect you to stay cooped up in there, neither. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply consider my home a waypoint on your travels. Sound appealing? Then come on by and have a look-see. I've taken the liberty of marking the location on your map.
I'm surrounded by whingers on all sides.
You've come. So, what say you? Would you care to live? Many thanks, friend.
We will find much better rest in an abode than out in the elements, methinks. Let us make good use of it while we can.
It's no great shock to me.
You shan't hear me complain about...
Life can be tiring even if you've no trouble.
Each new day is the chance to turn it
Bed calls, and I
I'll
shan't
sleep
resist.
soundly
Sir Leonard will be very glad to know that Sir Ulrika is safe. We ought to bring him these tidings.
This ox cart's bound for Mel.
I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Not good will come of this.
Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time.
Why?
I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
Ingenious. My own master must hear of this tactic.
Unbelievable. Use these flames to smite our enemies. I shan't allow any further harm to come to you. An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
One hopes these carts offer comfort commensurate to their costs.
Everyone's as tired as I am.
My bed calls, and I shan't resist.
Not much going on. Lots to do.
Too bright for me to close.
Well met, sir.
See what I can find. Twill take a better mind than mine to solve this.
Ah, 'tis a relief to hear that Ulrika is safe. Mayhap there is aught I could do for her.
evasive though the Queen Regent's influence has my humblest thanks. You've proven a friend to Melv and me as well. It isn't much, but here, I would not see you go. A firm resolve has taken root in my heart since we met. I may be past my prime as a fighter, but I can still... And if anyone can master this technique, 'tis go on. Humor and hope. It is good to know that Ulrika...
Sure what they expect. I'm no cook.
Tis quite about.
If you look at my wares.
Wish I didn't have work to earn my bread.
Shall we make for Vernworth Palace?
This day brings delight to you and old. My bed calls and I shan't resist.
This won't last long. Needs reinforcing. It's this way.
How might I be of assistance?
I'm not taking any passengers.
Tis a... dire import we unmasked the false sovereign.
Got some business with... This ox cart's bound for Vernworth. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Anyone gives you.
'Twas a bumpy ride, but we've arrived all the same.
Mayhap we can employ a cart for our next journey. This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
These old bones.
Oh, look! There are rare materials yonder, just waiting to be harvested.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
I grant you roaring flame.
Focus your strength, Arisen!
Goblins, Master.
I suppose I'll handle this.
I've never heard such nonsense. This is too much. Well done.
Over so soon? Why? We seem to have come through unscathed.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. Master, if ever your pack grows cumbersome,
We wouldn't want to fall from this height.
proceed with caution, keeping an eye on either side.
It is as you say.
I grant your weapon a magical boon. I'll combine my magic with yours. We might cast the spell more quickly. Arisen, are you all right?
Master, I discovered a treasure chest hereabouts during my last journey beyond the rift. Shall I guide you to it? It isn't worthless, but that's as much as I can say for it.
'Tis a dismal feeling to be disappointed so utterly.
Ah, now here's a surprise.
At least all our efforts weren't for naught.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this. The sky is radiant this night. I feel at peace to gaze upon it.
I suppose 'tis so.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Go again. You've a knack for drawing the enemy, Arisen.
Use these flames to smite our enemies.
You there! Are you looking to enter the village? You'd best go elsewhere, friend. What's wrong about this? There's no business to be had here, that's for sure.
That man just now seemed rather on edge. What could he have seen here to...
You'd best go elsewhere. There's no business to be had here. You'd best go... There's no business to be had here.
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
Fancy a look at my wares? Fancy a look at my wares? Do come again.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
These were necessary expenses, mind. No use clinging to every last coin.
This is the... Of course. Nothing's free in this world. Glad to be of service.
Tis a letter most inscrutable, and I fear 'twill remain as such if we cannot find another piece to this puzzle.
I'll sleep soundly tonight.
Or you need a me?
We found a chest. Let us examine what it has to offer. Let me get that.
Greetings. I trust you are enjoying your sojourn in our fair. If you have any questions, ask away. I should be glad to aid you. Beg pardon? Why, a letter. Oh, brass means imitating someone in thieves' cant. This letter means to say someone's taken on such a request. Naturally, I can say nothing as to the who or what of... Is there aught else you care to ask? If aught about our humble village seems strange to you, that is easily explained. For 'tis here that thieves are instructed in the skills they require. To begin with, those who wander into the village are evaluated for their potential aptitude. Of course, you are no exception. That you stand here now is proof you were deemed a worthy candidate, which is to say, you have my approval as the Thiefmeister. Is there aught else you care to ask? You're curious what I know of you? Naturally, I'm not the only one. Our village has its own network of spies and informants, you see, and your title tends to make you stand out among the rumors we collect. You're the second arisen to come to Vermont, and you've allied yourself with Captain Brant against the Queen Regent. In response, Oops. Don't misunderstand. I'm no ally of the Queen Regent. I merely strive to maintain neutrality. Those who deal in information must ne'er align themselves with a particular power. Such is our village code. Is there aught else you care to ask? Take care. You, sir, are worthy of inheriting my ultimate tech. Once mastered, 'twill allow you to fell all foes.
This looks as if 'twould fetch a hefty sum.
Deeper pockets make for shallower troubles, they say. Do you know how long you'll be? I only ask so that I might adopt the most effective stance to...
You made it after all. Guess that means I win. Oi, you lot best pay up.
Dear me.
You didn't disappoint, did you? You've done well. Seems only fair I answer any questions weighing on you. Go on. Ask away. Figures you'd want to know about him. We're supposed to be neutral. Ordinarily, I wouldn't say a word about one of our jobs. But I suppose I can tell you, the situation being what is. His real name is Dara. He was one of us, once. But he's been exiled. We had no choice, see? After he went off to play the false arisen, we're men and women of shadow. Center stage isn't our place to stand. That's why he was cast out. He'll ne'er be part of our village again. That all you wanted to ask? For all this, Dara was in line to become the next thief maester. But he failed. Took a massive injury to the chest during the trial. So the title fell to me. That's when he went off, saying he used the scar in his chest to pose as the Arisen. And what a scheme that turned out to be, eh? Now he gets to sit pretty on. Still, you'd have a hard time proving that he's not who he says he is. He's a wily one, that Dara. Always was careful not to leave behind a shred of evidence. But we can't have him thinking that he gets to go off and enjoy a peaceful life in the lap of luxury after breaking me thinks he needs something to remind him of the debt he owes us. Here, this should... Now, as to the Maester's teaching, not sure you'll be able to use it to its fullest potential.
You're the one, then? Fie. I'd hoped I'd not be seeing you here.
Dear me. How dare you?
You've my gratitude.
Just what I was waiting for.
That all you wanted to ask? What can I say? Not many people bother with this place. Luckily for me, you were different. Knew I was right to bet in favor of the Arisen. Anyway, most visitors get fooled into going up to the manor. We send them packing with a trifle, and if they don't question it, good riddance. We only train the rare few who make it here. That all you wanted to ask? Aye. Till next.
I wasn't worried for a moment. Wherever you...
You're here! I've been waiting.
Whatever could you want?
I'll sleep soundly tonight.
A lonely place.
Well met, sir.
Not without its... Ah, you must be the visitor I've heard so much about. Have you some business here in the village? Arthur. At least no one by that name lives here, sir. You would know of our village? As you can see, 'tis a simple place. Is there aught else I can help you with, sir? Dara? In fact, if e'er you should meet him, pray inform him that he is no longer welcome here. As you like.
Work done gracelessly is work done poorly. This is, of course. Nothing's free in this world. Glad to be of service, sir.
Not without its charms.
Fancy a look at my wares? Well met, sir. How might I... Always a pleasure.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch, in my case.
This is, of course. Nothing's free in this world. Do stop by again.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Is this a challenge arisen to see who can keep pace?
Let us endeavour to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few. I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location?
Now, what might that be?
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
Is that a statue I espy over yonder?
This. I cannot be sure. We'll have to make our way over to it.
That beast is truly enormous.
Size alone makes it worth thanks.
It seems we have enraged our foe.
You overtax yourself at your own peril. I grant your weapon a magical boon.
That is great. Never have I encountered such
Oh well, colour me surprised. That was thrilling. I did not know I could feel so alive.
rift is broken, but methinks there is still a way forward here. We've travelled for some time without a mage in our party.
We've no need of a healer if we never get hit. Of course, that is a feat easier said than done.
A reward for our efforts. I expect Captain Brandt will know how to put it. Now to report.
Hear that thundering gate? 'Tis a Cyclops. Our ice attacks are wasted on this foe! This battle is ours!
Paths to victory are myriad.
I grant your weapon a magical.
It seems we have enraged our foes.
Reckless opponent makes me. I'll combine my magic with yours, that you might pass the spell more quickly.
To have any hope of victory, we must employ every tool and tactic at our disposal. It goes.
Your magic's a fate. It must be recast. We prevailed by the skin of our teeth.
What fails to destroy us only enhances our chances against future adversaries.
We should be able to move this boulder with our combined weight. Well, push is what's needed here.
I shan't allow any further harm to come to you.
Very well. I shall return.
I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location?
Use these flames to smite our enemies.
We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Come on then.
Stop! I can't imagine we're in need of a campsite just now.
Time spent camping isn't necessarily time wasted.
Well done, Master.
I've a knack for gathering items and am ever on the hunt for new finds.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
'Tis a tad inconvenient that we can't share equipment.
I see it as a glad thing. We are well poised to supplement each other's strengths.
Not live to regret this! Seems to have dropped something.
You ought not to go charging off alone.
With adequate skill and focus, no enemy is beyond defeat. I shall fly to your aid, Master.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my specialty. Oh, what does this say?
Let's have a look then.
Barely scraping by.
Good heavens! The pantry.
Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
We'll make our way there in time. As to whether 'twill be sooner or later, that is for you to decide.
I pray my efforts aid your cause.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your... 'Twas a fine journey we shared.
I see you recognize my worth, Arisen. I suppose I should consider myself honored to serve. Please dispense with the formality.
A well-organized pack is my specialty. I'll see to it your burdens are At least I go knowing I fought.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Let us work together.
This rumor has been troubling me ever since I first caught wind of it. Apparently, there is an illness we pawns can catch beyond the...
Have you business with the guild, sir? Have you found any of the items we discussed, perchance? Do come again. Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to come again. Look as long as you please.
I've been here so... Well, you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost... hospitality in all Vern. Much obliged. The solution is... I'm certain there is one.
Am I shedding? Welcome. Must be my winter coat growing in.
I've been here so long, I almost forgot.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty. Have you divined aught of the false sovereign, your majesty? This appears to be a bill calling for the arrest of a man named Dara. But hold a moment. Does this man's countenance not bear an uncanny resemblance to that of the false sovereign? I see. If your majesty is certain that the two are one and the same, then I am convinced as well. However, but of course. I surmise your majesty intends to post the bill and invite suspicion. A clever plan. The Queen Regent will be forced to deny any connection to our new sovereign, yet will be unable to remove the bill from the public. Furthermore, 'Twill serve as an attestation to Dara's existence, which shall remain an undeniable truth till the man resurfaces. And all the while, the doubts lurking in the hearts of the citizenry will continue to deepen. A clever ploy indeed. I shall attend to this matter. I've no doubt that this bill will prove its worth in due course. You have my gratitude, Your Majesty.
That thief maesters are capable. Sort. I'd wager this will make life for us.
There is much we have been unable to uncover. Is there aught else you would speak of? Do not forget that we...
Go on, have a look.
To break the law is to be thrown in jail.
As I understand it, the pay of a jailer is miserable for all their toil.
Then we'd best keep some coin on hand to ease our potential warders' suffering and make them an ally to our cause.
Would that all my days were so short.
We cannot accompany you there, Master, but fear not. You'll find us here when you return.
Peril can result from a moment's incursion.
Would that such peace reign eternal.
I'm in fine fettle today. When does my watch end? I've clean forgotten.
Mayhap I'll come here when I'm in need of this.
Our soldiers need better training.
Are the new recruits
Would
battle ready?
that all my days were so tranquil. Can't wait for the new equipment to come in.
Tis our duty to see this peace.
They're whispering of me now. I dread to think. Always leave me here.
All honest coin is made while the sun...
Waiting on that report.
Good to see you, Master.
So, we finally arrived. I thought we'd never make it.
The wise are as discerning with time as with coin. Thought before ever happens here, anyhow.
Back to it, I suppose. It's a bit early for a rest as yet. Suppose I ought to earn my... Such
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to... Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive, it was never my intent to deceive you. I simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish to involve themselves with me. But that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the Sovereign currently residing in the palace is a pretender? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent King Sven appears to be missing from his chambers. Have you seen him?
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace at once. This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brant if I discover aught you should know. I'll head out first and speak with the Sentinels. Use that opportunity to make good your escape. Forgive me. I couldn't sleep.
Tis a dreary life, this, for all its comforts.
Even the best of us has his limits, I suppose.
Such quietude is a blessing.
Very useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
As they say.
So tired. I've barely the thing to tie my boots.
There is much we ought to... How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter. And this alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Disa's schemes run deep. To think, Disa's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Disa is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Disa's focus, we may be able to gain a more useful... You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I'm able to offer, I bid you, take this.
It seems we were right to suspect the Queen Regent. We ought to keep an eye on her in the days to come.
How very peculiar. Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phasus fellow, but what precisely is their aim?
There is much we ought to tend to. Do not forget that we...
spot to take my mind.
To break the law is to be thrown in jail. Getting proper rest is an
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
Wonder if anyone will notice if I stay here.
Must we run everywhere? You are an impatient...
You have my fullest confidence.
Come rain or shine. If I could, I'd never leave.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combats. Someone is looking this way. Is there aught about me that caught their eye?
Oh dear. Where are you off to?
Imagine look at my wares.
Whoa. What manner of fish is this?
You! Huh. Huh. You! Huh.
Shall not
You!
stand by.
What or not? Victory is... Ah, I see you hinted something. That was crafty of you.
If we mastered that attack, we would be invincible.
Just about
Oh.
anywhere.
Still waiting on a report.
Would that I spent all day
You!
hunting for one day?
Something good will come of today. I just know.
Need anything to drop in plenty of customers here.
Living hard, but
You!
Times
Time
are
to
hard.
be ready.
Barely scraping by. Life can be tiring, even if you've no troubles.
You!
when does my watch end?
Forgive me for last night's scuffle.
This looks like trouble.
Huh. You!
If 'twere up to me, I'd never leave. It is busy out today. Living's hard.
Lots to do.
But dreams are free, I say.
Where are you off to?
Flowers seem to fly when I'm here.
Times are hard. I'm very scraping by.
You!
Excellent. Just what I was hoping.
You!
My, I'm trapped like a rat in a cage. This Arisen's both shrewd and fleet of foot. Ah, 'tis obvious, no? Let's just say there are some who don't. I was to report, but I suppose that job's over. So, how about it, friend? Will you let me go? I've no... Understandable. Still, no harm in our...
We may not die in battle. Far cry from being invincible. This spell will empower you with elemental magic.
Nothing. You hear me? Nothing.
Hope you weren't expecting mercy.
You there!
Oh, shit!
We're in for it.
With all likelihood, he is an agent dispatched from Batal. Pray, let us handle the rest. We will hear all he has to say before the week is out. I bid you, wait till then.
Yes, if I were you, Master, I'd not leave this unread.
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
How bold you are in irons.
Do not test me.
My patience wears thin.
All I have is how to spend the day.
No idle chatter during mission.
It'll do you no good letting me rot in here, you know.
Ugh.
We shall see. How bold you are in irons.
Do not test me. I've been here so many hard days, forgot why I came.
Why, you there? Your presence is requested at... Who's the one requesting? I didn't ask. 'Tis none of my concern. The fellow said aught about the usual...
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's... Ah, yes. Regarding your pursuer from some days past, when he learnt of your Majesty's escape, he began inquiring after your movements. 'Tis a glad thing we captured him before matters escalated. As to how he learned your Majesty's location with such ease, I intend to extract the answers from him anon. I shall be sure to inform you when I do. Pray, take this. 'Tis the least I can offer.
So someone saw fit.
There is much we ought. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain on scene, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, your Majesty? Are you willing to undertake this task? I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn.
Methinks that...
There is much we ought to tend. Do not forget that we...
Good tidings, friend. As for me, I made the most of my week-long sojourn. One might even... You see, I grew so fond of the destination my feet carried me off to, and that's when I thought, mayhap you've grown just as fond of this dwelling. I can't just give it to you, mind. I've my relocation costs to consider, but I'd sell it to you cheap as I can afford. Well, friend, what say you? Much obliged, friend. I hope you're as pleased with our... Suppose I'd best be off.
Just about anywhere.
My fur stands on end.
Oh, how I've longed.
Our adventure continues.
Off we go then. Shall we?
Get underway.
more welcome here than any place else.
If I could,
We're off to Burnwood Palace, then. Let us make for the palace, that you might investigate Minister Allard's chambers. Though I cannot enter the palace myself, I will at least escort you to the...
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey. When treated to thee, you know where to find. The solution eludes me, but I'm certain there is... Where was I headed? Quite the predicament.
lonely place.
Now this is a conundrum.
Our soldiers need better training.
You'll never reach our destination if you continue in that direction, Master. But I suppose I can guide us there later.
Do you know how long you...
You are the Arisen. Follow me!
This place is awful dull. Can't complain, mind. Even the best of us has its limits, I suppose.
A breath of fresh air is just what I needed.
Always such on my arms and armor. Myself having a kid.
Such quiet tunes.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guard pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
My head will roll if there's no trouble today. No use jumping there.